everyone, I'm Sam from Bio Cosplay. In this video I'm going to show you how I carved or sculpted this pumpkin. I watched a Stan Winston video on how to do it. I'll put a link to that in the description below. A lot of this video will just be time lapses of me carving this rather than an instructional tutorial, but I hope you enjoy it. I want to do a bat. What are you doing, Ashley? That's Ashley.
I'm gonna do a pumpkin based on this guy's art. I don't remember the handle name. You could probably see it, I can't.
Link in the description.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to sculpt most of mine, so I'm just gonna remove a bunch of the pumpkin flesh, or try to. Oh gosh, it's harder than I expected. Oh no. Oh, it's immediately going wrong. This puppy's like rock solid. It was easier in the video. It looks so much easier in the video. Oh gosh. I've got most of the flesh removed off of this from just the front. So now I'm going to try to start shaping it a little bit. I know the bat's going to have a big nose here and then like a sloped in forehead. So I'm going to try to take out this chunk here. Then I'll have little eyes down here next to the nose. My pumpkin's kind of hard, so I found wearing a glove to brace against this sculpting tool is a little bit easier. Trying to make sure to leave a lot of mass in the center here, so I have room for his nose later. Starting to get a little bit soft, so I'm going to stop. Hopefully I don't poke through anywhere. For the nose, let's say it's going to be in here somewhere. Just do like a little upside down heart for his nose for now. And his eyes will be over here. And then a mouth somewhere. Okay. Switch to a smaller sculpting tool. Try to dig out behind where the nose is gonna be.
I have a mouth.
Nice. Right now Ashley is scooping guts out of her pumpkin, and I'm trying to give this bat some brow structure, like an eye socket area. I picked this pumpkin because it was already long in the front and tapered on the sides, so I thought that looked kind of like a bat face. Thought that would work out pretty okay. Pushing on the pumpkin to make sure I still have room to carve. If it flexes, then you know you're running out of room. Up here it's flexing a little bit, but I guess not too much. Not as much as I was worried about before. I still have room. I just gotta get his jaw. Got like a narrow jaw. So I'm gonna put in some cheeks like here. And here.
That looked pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see that hollowed out pumpkin. Look at that. Look at that puppy. Show us your little face.
Oh, this is what I got so far.
Oh. He's getting there. He's getting there quicker than mine. Gonna start flattening out the sides of the nose with this one. I'm gonna try to put his nostrils in. Okay, alright. I slipped with one of them, but it's fine. It's fine. Who's got symmetrical nostrils? Not this guy. That's who. Then we gotta give him his secondary nose flaps. I don't know if I left room for that actually, but you know what? I'm gonna roll with it. There's room. There's room. Look at that. I'm using some sort of dental tool. It's got like a little scoopy thing. Give it like some forehead business. Like some lines coming up from the forehead. I don't know. Jeez. I'm gonna try to put in the eyes now. I'm gonna hollow out some spots, sorta, to get them more sunken in there. Give him a little socket. Ooh, with the sockets it's looking better.
Oh yeah.
Alright, now I gotta make eyeballs. We gotta give him an eyelid first. Here's Ashley, she's getting her teeth carved out. Looking pretty good. Okay, I got my eye. Look at his little bad eye. Look at him. I think he's getting there. He's looking like something. There he is. There's an eye. I don't think it's as good as the other eye, but I still think it's okay. Trying to give him a little more shape on the corner of the eye here. Gonna start carving out his mouth a little bit. I already got a little bit here. I think I want to leave extra space for teeth. I guess if I don't, I could glue them back on later. I don't really know how you do teeth on a pumpkin. Gonna put a line down the center here so I know where the center of his mouth is. The center of his lip, it like curves over on his bottom lip. I'm gonna try to do that.
Alright, my teeth are a little bit more defined. I'm gonna start
Shows those teeth.
carving away.
Ugh. He's looking pretty cute. I like him.
Yeah. I got pumpkin juice all over my glasses.
She's all pumpkin-y. Here's where we're at currently. Started to put in a dip for the ear, but I'm gonna need more on the top. I'm gonna try to do his lower lip now. I think this eye's looking pretty good now that I made it more sunken in and redid it and redefined it a bit. Now I'm going to do the other eye. Just going to push it a little bit further back into the head like I did with this one. You can kind of see there. Okay. She's finished up with hers. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. I like him. Now we gotta get a candle to put in it. Gonna bring this cheek in a little bit to match this one a little bit more, so it's not as puffy right here. Going back in some of these wrinkles and using the edge of this to make the lines really sharp, just so maybe it'll catch the light a little bit better and make like a better shadow in there. I think that's working. Trying to give him like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer vampire forehead, sorta. Trying to like exaggerate the features since it's all one color, so kind of just bouncing around on what I'm working on instead of noodling away at one specific part. Trying to define this bottom lip area a little more. So I've kind of outlined it. Trying to like get up under it so it looks like it's his little lip rolled over. Kind of like that, where his little lips rolled over. I'm gonna try to get a little tongue in there. I'm gonna try to put in like where the ears are. You can kind of see I did it here already. Actually, I don't know if I should do that or if I should just flatten it and glue a piece on for ears. I think right there is where the ears are gonna go. If I can have two little ears right there, I think that would be ideal. There, I'll give that bottom lip a little more detail. It's got sort of this this shape. I kind of made it a little bigger than it looks like in that picture, but that's okay. Try to do it on the other side. So basically, it came up at the top of the lip, and then I kind of rounded this top lip up, like a little, you know, like under a kitty's nose, sorta. You go like boop boop under a kitty's nose when you draw it, like that. And then so this one, the bottom lip, went up and then curved it back down. And then made a little V. Like that. And then carve out the center of the V. I think he's pretty cute. I don't know. I think that's going to be it for my first day of sculpting this pumpkin. I'm liking it so far. So I'm going to cover it up for the night. And in the sandwich school video at least, they said, so it doesn't dry out, to spray it down with some water. So I have some water here. And I might also put some paper towels on it and spritz those with water just to make sure like inside it doesn't dry out either. I don't know how much of a risk it is that it'll dry out overnight, but I don't want to come back tomorrow and have it be a mess. So then we'll come back tomorrow. Alright, let's see how it held up overnight. I think he held up pretty well. I want to give this ears, big old bat ears. So I think I'm going to have to glue on some more pumpkin bits. And to do that, I'm going to try to cut out some bits from another pumpkin and then glue those on, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to cut a big chunk out of the back of here. This is kind of carved off because I was testing one of the tools before I started. Trying to get a chunk big enough to use for both ears. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! This pumpkin's rotten! Alright, I've disposed of the rotten pumpkin. And now I have this one. This one we were just using as decoration on the porch. So I'm gonna see if this one can be used for ears. I don't know. Let's just chop him open. Alright, well this one's not rotten. It's very bright though. Try to scoop out these innards. Trying to just get out the guts of this. I don't want to carve too much into it. So since the ear needs to be thicker at the base, I'm actually going to do it this way. I'd planned on doing it this way. That's why it's so wide down here and thinner at the bottom, and I thought I could get 2 ears out of it, but it needs to be this way. So I need this to stick on here relatively flat. So I'm going to cut this. Alright, I've got my chunk flattened and the sculpt here roughly flattened. I think it's going to fit together okay there. So I want to put some toothpicks in it and then super glue it. Try to line this up. And yeah. Put some super glue all over this piece. And plop it on and hope for the best. And we'll do the same thing over here. This one fits a little better and I got a bigger piece over here, so one of these will turn out okay. Alright, I've got the wedges glued on. It looks a little bit like a pig now, but I'll try to make these into bat ears. I'm going to start blending this down into the sculpt I have right now. It's not going super great trying to sculpt it glued on there, so I'm just going to hold it next to it and try to sculpt it and see if I can glue it later. Don't think I left myself enough width on this one. I thought this one was too small, so I did essentially the same thing on the other side, but a little bit bigger. I think that looks a bit better. It looks less like a pig ear and more like a bat ear. I gotta try to blend this in. It seems like bat ears kind of have like a little like overhang on this one, towards their eye. So I'm going to try to carve out underneath this side a little bit to get that. Maybe round this over a little. Rounding it over is definitely going to help hard edges. Make everything look worse on organic sculpting. That's a little better than the outside. First I just gotta make it line up roughly. More V shapes. Bats have a lot of V shapes on them, it seems. I was trying to thin out the edge of the ear like I did with the nose by angling in the back a bit. Alright, here's what I have currently. The camera stopped recording at some point, I didn't notice. But here's what I had before. Here's what I redid. Just made it a bit bigger and had it, gave it a bit more of a flowy shape. I tried to detach this inner part. I think I still need to thin this out so it flows in a little better. It might have needed to be angled that way actually. But what are you gonna do? At some point my memory card filled up, so it stopped recording. I'm not sure when. Here's what the pumpkin's currently looking like. Got a big ear on there. Now we gotta do another ear. I've got plenty of pumpkin to work with. So I'm gonna pop this one off and kind of trace it. That way I know roughly the dimensions I need to match the other one. So something like that. Okay, I've got this roughed out, and now I'm gonna try to put it where some of the details will be. So I know on the front of the ear here, I want there to be like a little overhang. And then over here, this is just going to be kind of flat and hollowed out. And then we're going to have these sort of shapes. Start hogging out some material, especially where this overhang is. I'm also going to carve out around this rounded section. And then in here, I'm just going to whittle this down a little bit. This one's just going to have to be a little bit more curled, just because I don't have a ton of room up there. The side of the pumpkin was just a little bit more curved. That's okay. I also know I need to taper in the sides so that the front looks a little bit thinner. Then I want this to be pretty thin, kind of flat, and swoop out this way. I'm also going to put a channel down the middle. I'm going to start digging out under here a little bit. This pumpkin's really soft, like almost like a melon. So it's going really quickly. Come in and define this round section that sticks up. I don't know what parts of ears are called. On this side, I want it to be a little bit lower than that side. And we also want to taper this down so it blends into the head. Near the bottom here, I want to add this little sort of V shape. The ears seem to have. Alright, now I'm going to put in these horizontal lines. Just going to try to round over any flat looking spots. There, that one's a little bit bigger than the previous one, but it might be okay. Here he is currently. I'm liking the ears. He's looking a little batty, but now I gotta give him teeth. Let's use this ear that I didn't end up using and turn this into teeth. I just kind of need some triangle shapes, so it shouldn't be too difficult. This is looking pretty toothy. Alright, that's going to be our tooth. I'm going to break off this toothpick so I can get it in the mouth. Yeah, there's his little tooth. Alright, we just need to do one more tooth now. There he is, the finished bat pumpkin. I think it's done at least. I'll post pictures on social media that might look a little better than this. But yeah, thank you for watching. Again, go check out that Stan Winston video if you want to see how sculpting a pumpkin should go. This was my first try, so I know I did some stuff wrong, but that's okay. If you enjoyed this, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.